Hey guys, it's another garden vlog, another day, another vlog, right? Well, we haven't actually been doing them every day, but we don't have too many Sambokans left on the tree. And I guess that's good news because we sold out twice. Twice we sold out all of the Sambokans we took to the market. And we sold more white grapefruits as well. Let's check out this Duncan grapefruit we planted a couple days ago. Still looking good. It looks like we got some jasmine or whatever flowering now. We probably would have sold all of the grapefruit we took, except it was Super Bowl Sunday, so not a lot of people at the market shopping. Picked almost all of our citramellas. We only got like 5 or so on the tree left for ourselves. And let's see how they sell too, if they sell at all. I wonder what this random seedling citrus is going to turn out to be. Should we let it grow? Is it an orange tangelo? Maybe it was a seedling from the grapefruit or Sambucan. I don't know. Our mayhaws are getting to be close to being in full bloom. You look at them in a distance in the sunlight, there's like thousands of flowers, and there's still a lot unopened, but may not be able to catch that on this camera, how many blooms are open on this big boy. The mosquitoes are horrible this morning, so I constantly have to walk around. Can't really stop to do any looking. Yesterday we planted out our 2-year-old, his tree, and here is the middle son's tree. And for whatever reason, our oldest son's tree, which has been in the ground longer, looks terrible. So after they hit 2 years old, we have sort of a tradition to plant a tree for them. But if that tree's doing bad, maybe we need to get another tree for our oldest son. All 3 of them are cocktail grapefruits, which are hybrids. So they technically probably won't come true to seed, but they may or may not have something palatable and edible. And hopefully, if they'll have something that is good, even if it's not the same. That is just, in an unused piece of land for the most part. So it's not taking up any precious space. Today I'm going to bring up a question. Probably not going to tackle that question, but when do the experiments end and when do we do tried and true methods? I've been experimenting with trying to plant plants and trees, shrubs, yada yada, mostly fruit-bearing plants for many years, and for the most part there's a reason why when you look up plants for the area that they don't grow or they're not recommended, they don't pop up on Google and stuff like that, or like your UF gardening websites. Occasionally, like the guy in San Mateo, Florida many years ago that wanted to grow pawpaws when like UF professors and everybody were telling them no, it's impossible. He got stock from Louisiana pawpaws and eventually created a couple cultivars that worked in his area, and he proved the experts wrong. Now people here still struggle to try to get productivity out of pawpaws, including me, and I have several cultivars. I have several seedlings from different states and different areas, different nurseries. At least I have had some successes with fruit, just not a whole lot yet. And as far as I know, I'm the only person in the world that has ever gotten Haskap to flower in Florida. And that was with getting its chill hours and seasons in the state, not bringing something that got chill hours met somewhere else and then having it flower like immediately after planting it. That doesn't mean just because you can have success a little bit that they're going to be recommended. Like Haskap, probably not a good recommendation for the state. You also have to think that I'm in an acidic swampland or bordering on swamp, so just because something grows that's 3 or 4 or 5 feet higher, in elevation or whatever, where the water table's further down, doesn't mean that that same success, whether it be peaches or whatever, is going to be successful here. It's a good reason to try and experiment with mycorrhizal um, fungi fungi beds. Others have used that method to successfully keep their avocado trees alive in this area. And I plan on trying to do chestnuts, possibly peaches, possibly other things. But I think gone are the days where I spend $1,000 or more every year planting things, whether it be medlars or something else, and just having the majority of them fail. So I think after we're done with the mycorrhizal experiments, and maybe, we did plan to do pawpaws, more grafted ones and stuff, but the grafting material versus buying really expensive pre-grafted plants, which, it's sold out really fast from the suppliers we usually get our stuff from. And the same with American persimmon, scion wood. But as far as American persimmons go, we were not ready. We did not have rootstock build up. We tried to pull some from various places. We had people give us some. They did not make it. Anyway, so we do need to eventually shift focus to tried and true methods. We do need to shift focus, onto things that we should be able to grow based on people growing things in similar environments, produce and stuff, and be able to put food on our table and maybe be able to sell stuff, just like we're selling the citrus now this year. I mean, it's crazy. People really want these white grapefruits like crazy. And I've said this before, but the Sambokans, a couple people were interested in Sambokans as a novelty a few years ago when I tried to sell them. But now they even, they're buying big bags full of them. We sold out twice. It's too bad that you can't go buy a tree and then a year or two have, full production. It takes so long to get full production in these plants, citrus plants. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to experiment some. I can still get 1 or 2 or 3 things every season. Some plants, trees, plums, plum cots, peaches, nectarines, maybe some other pear trees. And of course, we're going to expand on this avocado thing as long as we don't have something that just wipes all of them out and makes us say, okay, we can't do this anymore. A lot of people look down on farmers, as being ignorant and all this stuff, but there are so many people with an average to a high level of intellect that cannot have the production, the success of people, these farmers, and a lot of them go with the Farmer's Almanac and everything to figure out when they're going to plant their seeds and stuff. For me personally, I did go to college and I couldn't figure out my major. I changed it 2 or 3 times. I have a little knowledge about a lot of things. Not an expert, even in gardening. I kind of look at these farmers and gardeners, especially of the past that had so much successes, and I'm like, I wish I could have that success. I could trade a lot of my talents and knowledge about this and that for having that. Remember, these guys are putting food on your table. They are providing food for your family to eat. And just think of how hard, life was when you had a mule juicing sugar cane, and then how much of that sugar cane you had to grow and work to make syrup. And the agave fields in Mexico where they make tequila and stuff like that, how long it takes to grow, how much work it is to process and cook them, and put them in the, bury these agave plants inside the dirt. It's for the most part, it's a lost art. Americans in general do not want to work that hard. But yeah, I definitely have some envy for, how successful, people, farmers and stuff have been. Farmers that we knew, family, friends and stuff. And a lot of those farmers also had to have a 9-to-5 job. So they did farming on the side because maybe they just could not make enough money doing it. Imagine having to work like 15 hours a day just to make sure your crops are good and to provide money to pay bills.